Grand Rising, Grand Rising. This is Iyanda Siraj, the Eclectic High Priestess. I hope that I'm finding you well and in high spirits. We're here doing a week ahead reading, the week ahead reading for air signs, Aquarius, Libra, and Gemini. So, what does the week ahead have for our air signs? Y'all know I'm a Gemini moon and a Libra rising. So, air is my element. It's so funny because I'm just gonna share this little piece of something with y'all that just popped in my mind. Sometimes when we're watching these readings, right? Sometimes when we're watching these readings and we know we're looking for, oh, what's the zodiac sign? You can come do laundry. Okay. Uh, when we're looking at these readings, a lot of times the readers would throw out zodiac signs, right? And you will be attempting to kind of like pair yourself, right, to zodiac signs. You're like, oh yeah, that's that person. That's that person. Well, unfortunately, that's not 100% how this whole thing works. So apparently, I'm needing to give you guys this information so that you can finally let go of something. Okay. Okay. So there is an element here of being confused through lack of information or lack of understanding about how something works. Okay. So if you guys notice, sometimes you'll go to readings or readers and they have a standard spiel that they do at the beginning of the reading. They say something like, check your sun, moon, rising, Venus, north node, south node. They may say any of these things, right? Because those are the energies that their readings end up directed towards. Okay. So a lot of love and romance readings are readings that are more tied to I don't know where that train of thought went, but again, you get what I'm trying to say. Oh, relationships. So in the Venus, a lot of love and relationships will be tied to the Venus or your moon sign, right? And so when we're looking at them, make sure that you have thoroughly done your research and you know what you're looking for in readings. Okay. Because it can be difficult if you're not in a one-on-one specific private reading. It can be difficult to pinpoint yourself or your potential partner in a reading online. Okay. Causes a lot of confusion. So let me tell you an example. My sun is in Scorpio. Like I said, my moon is Gemini, my rising is Libra. But my north node is Aries, okay? So if someone was looking at like a life path reading or something like that, then looking at my Scorpio sun or my Gemini moon wouldn't be wholly beneficial, okay? It would only be partially beneficial, okay? Because the sun sign, it talks about the self, okay? So just me, not my life path, not my, I hope you guys get what I'm trying to say. So there is an indicator here that some type of information is going to help you decide what you're supposed to do next. Let's see what's about to happen next. Hey, okay, that's been coming up a lot. Honestly, I just like that song, so maybe that's why it keeps coming up a lot. So I just heard ghostwriting. I don't know if that's somebody's job. Is that somebody's job? Ghostwriting? Okay. Get them coins then. So with this energy for the week, I feel like air signs that you are having some type of epiphany, some type of information is making its way to you to let you know if what you are currently doing or working towards in pursuing is actually what you should be doing or pursuing. I think what's happening is some of you have been in something long after the lessons have been collected. You've been needing to walk away for a long time, or continue on the process for a long time. Instead, you're kind of still here reflecting, looking at the work, looking at these things. And there is some information with the Ace of Swords that's making its way to you, an epiphany, an aha moment, okay, that breaks up the monotony of your day to day. Also, I just feel like it's talking about, something that is growing, but maybe not fulfilling, something that is progressing and producing, but it's not fulfilling. Okay. So you're looking at it as if like, is this all there is? So I don't know if that element at the beginning where we're talking about understanding zodiacs and signs and symbols and things like that, when it comes to the readings, there is something here about that. Okay. I'm also picking up energy of the Kabbalah, or of just Hebrew, the language, like the written language. So I'm picking up some knowledge, or maybe like knowledge, that kind of Hebrewic knowledge coming down about something. Ooh wee. Okay, so I'm also picking up on like the 13 sign calendar. The 13 sign zodiac wheel is going to be beneficial too, because I feel like a lot of there's like a maybe you resonate with multiple signs or something, and the reason is because you are actually an energy signature of the 13 zodiac. Okay. All right. So that's just popped in and came through. So we'll see what happens. But I do feel like there's definitely a sense of kind of like resting, resting, taking a break. And during this break, you realize that you might have been building in the wrong place. You may building in the wrong place, feeding the wrong thing. It's almost like, I know that I did my part. So why am I still not finding fulfillment here? Or why am I still not getting good out of this? And you about to find out why you've been walking dry land. All right. So what we gonna find? Let's see. Smaller elements here. Okay. Ooh, we got the hermits, the Seven of Pentacles, both times, tiny and big. Okay. So the hermits, the Hanged Man in reverse, and the Sun. Again, you're illuminated. You're being illuminated to a concept or ideal. I think you're also, there was a specific person who tried to give you insight, or a specific, I don't know, maybe even a system that you attempted to get insight through, and it hung you up. Okay. It hung you up for a little while. You kind of, even though you seem like you were making progress, now you're looking at it and it was like illusory. It was like it wasn't really real. The progress that you thought you were making wasn't being made. Okay. Also, you could literally have someone waiting for you to give them an answer. Okay, a yes or a no in general. Okay. Corinne Bailey Ray is talking. She's talking about shoe pastry heart over here. And it's ironic because I knew shoe pastry heart was going to be significant, because I actually Googled what a shoe pastry was. I was like, what is shoe pastry? And shoe pastry is very light and fluffy, and it's cooked via steam. Okay. It's has no egg or rising agents, or it has egg, but has no rising agents or anything like that. And it's cooked in steam, allowed to fluff and everything via the steam. So again, we got air energy coming in, and that's really about to grow this. I almost said no egg, and so that the egg is the binding agent. So there is a binding agent keeping something together, but it's full of air. It's full of air. Okay, meaning that it has no real substance. And I do feel too, someone is saying that they're not going to stay anywhere another night or another day. I'm not staying here another day. I'm not doing this I'm not doing this. I'm not coming one more shift. I'm not doing anything more in this situation. Okay, well, kudos if that's what you decided. Cool. The Sun card, I mean, this is very positive. So there does feel like there's like I said, there was some type of guidance coming down, very much with the Hermit, that could totally be like that that Abraham wisdom. These are words that I don't know anything about. I don't know what would be meant by Abrahamic knowledge, but those are the words that are coming to me. Okay. So sometimes I have to make sure that I explain these things to y'all. So, um, it doesn't, there's these words that just come and I say them. I don't know what that means. So I'll have to look it up when they say Abrahamic knowledge, like what does that mean, or wisdom, what does that mean? Anyway, let's go on and see what else you want to add for the air signs. I do feel like there has been a graceful kind of a very graceful waiting period on one end or another. There's death here, so yeah, it's definitely some transformation of thought, transformation of self through wisdom that is attained, transformation of self through new wisdom that is attained. Okay, again, I do feel like too there's a death of self. If you find out that you're not really a Scorpio, but you really a Aries, uh, I mean, both ruled by Pluto, so they both got the same daddy, but geez, come on now. That's definitely, it's kind of a different energy, you know what I mean? So it would mean that you, not that all that you've been was fake, but it just wasn't your truth. It wasn't your true self, okay? Okay, it wasn't your true self. It wasn't your destiny. Your destiny could only unfold. See, your destiny can only, you don't know your destiny. Somebody needs to look into their north node, okay? You don't know your destiny. Look into your north node, look into your port of fortune, look into IC, the IC, Imum Kioli or something like that. I don't know. It's like IMUM, I think. So those are going to be significant places for you to really see kind of like where you're going. Also to close out karmic cycles, or to finally get the information you need to close a cycle of turmoil or pain, you're going to need to go into your eighth house and your south node and figure out what those karmic elements are. Good morning, Lori. Good morning. Oh my gosh, I'm so good to see you. I'm so glad to see you. Yeah, so you're gonna have to figure out what those karmic elements are, so you can go ahead and, because with the acknowledgement of them, you can go ahead and close them out, because it feels like the work has been done already. So you just need to acknowledge them so that you can kind of close it out and move into more illuminating more of yourself, your more truth. So okay, so this sends that someone is developing themselves past their sun sign. Okay, you're seeing more of yourself, more parts of yourself past your sun sign. Okay, realizing that you're not one thing, you're like a whole journey of things. Okay, sexual energy is down there as well, which I feel like is tied to like your passions in life, not necessarily sexual energy. I feel like this is tied to your passions. You maybe you've tried to follow astrology, but it didn't seem like it was making sense, and this is coming back around for you. Astrology, soul mapping. What's that other one? I can never remember what it's called, but intuitive design. Or human design. So maybe you're going to look into some of these things and they're going to help you really understand. There's this bird and it's just sitting on this thing and it's kind of looking down at me. It's kind of cool. Solar plexus energy popping out with the karmic astrology and the warfare. So yeah, so I do feel like your identity with the solar plexus energy, your identity. Now, for whatever reason, this honestly feels like there could be an indication or a notification coming to you about certain, your birth date not being accurate, or birth time not being accurate, like what you know it to be is not accurate. I'm also picking up that you might benefit from maybe it's accurate, but you should go look at a different system. So if you use like Western astrology, maybe you need to go look at Vedic astrology. Okay, because I do actually, when I look at my Vedic astrology, I end up being a Virgo, which confused me on my twin flame journey, because I thought my twin flame was a Virgo, and every time it said my Virgo was coming back, I was like, yay! And every time it was like a part of me coming back. So so anyway, remember I talked to y'all about how confusing that journey can be if you don't have real knowledge about it. And I'm one of those people who bumped my head all the way through it, who has been bumping my head all the way through it. All right, so also too, now, if you have been feeling that, like I said, that your efforts are not paying off, that's also a solar plexus energy, because that means that something, whatever task you are currently doing is actually, maybe you were introduced to it intentionally so that it could harvest your energy. Okay, so whatever this is, I feel like, okay. My personal message just now was that initially when tarot came to me, it was to distract me. Okay. All right, cool. So maybe that's a message for you guys as well. Karmic, I think I already told you guys that story about how I came to tarot. So that makes sense for me that it was to distract me. Okay. So with this karmic energy here, I do feel like, especially if this is a relationship, you're becoming aware of how karmic has blocked your growth and your progress. I think that you're also becoming aware of the fact that you just put the energy in the wrong place. It was misdirected energy. I also feel like, too, ego. Did it allow you to accept responsibility for past happenings? Therefore, you blindly went ahead in a new situation without accepting guilt or fault or responsibility for those things in the past. Therefore, you just continue to just keep moving along. Then you didn't know why what you wanted wasn't working for you. So your internal sun is shining more. It's shining light on your own discipline, who you are, who you truly are as a person, and how you compensate for low self-esteem or, shame. If you feel like you made a mistake, how do you deal with that? Do you move on? Do you create a smear campaign against somebody else so that the attention is brought off of you and the mistake that you made or the choice that you made? That's all what this is. So the sun, yes, the sun, but remember we said the sun is the self, and the solar plexus says that the sun is the inner sun, your inner mirror or your inner light that works to illuminate your inner self, your darkness. Okay. So with karmic here showing up with the solar plexus and the rips, there could totally be energy where you are healing from narcissistic abuse that was meant to debilitate you. It was meant to make you not confident in what you're doing. I just heard broken, spell is broken with the Ace of Swords and the Death card, spell broken. Okay, spell broken. What's behind the karmic's energy? The moon. Okay, so yeah, I don't know. Hoes be really trying to play with the feminine magic of the moon, trying to, mess up the energy. So this is definitely interference, okay? Interference that's caused you to end up in a illusory, it's just an illusion of growth and success. Okay. You've been able to enjoy some of the spoils. See, this is kind of like what it feels like when somebody says selling your soul. It's almost like you agree that this is a thing. You're going to go get that thing that they offered you, and you have success, right? You have money, you have girls, you have men, you have travel, you have all these different things, but you don't have happiness. So then the question starts to come up like, dang, what led me to take this and believe that it was going to provide fulfillment and happiness? Okay, so so it just seemed like some people are veiled right now, incredibly veiled, and you're coming through the veil. Okay, so it seems a little, I just heard unearthing, like you're literally having to dig in the hard earth to get this out. Okay. So moon cycles. I told y'all somebody's trying to use moon magic. Someone's trying to use moon magic. The spell is going to be broken with is that now that we're under the Taurus new moon energy? Yeah, again, I apologize, but y'all know my mind, it just don't be linear. So dates and stuff, it just, okay, yeah. So we still under the energy. So it was May 11th and 12th. So that's what's happening right now. This is about to be highlighted for you because the moon card literally says, notice how the moon affects your energy and manifestations and capitalize upon these cycles. So following with what we were talking about already, where people were attempting to do rituals and things like that to affect your energy field, on the other end, it's also telling you to capitalize upon the cycle. So the new information that you're getting could be tied to some recipe for success. If you follow it the way it needs to be followed. Okay, so we said that ancient wisdom, so some ancient biblical knowledge or wisdom or something like that. I won't even say biblical. I'm just going to keep saying Abrahamic. I don't know. I never seen this word, so I don't know what it looks like or how it's pronounced. But yeah, okay. So we have 3 doves here, significant for somebody because I needed to say it, but I don't know what that means for y'all. Yeah, so victory is at the bottom. So again, I don't even really want to go through this anymore, but I feel like, because this energy feels like once you get through it, that's how you're going to feel. You're going to get through it or have this epiphany, and you're just going to have this immediate like disconnect from whatever this is. You're just going to feel like, oh, well, thanks for clearing that up, because all I needed was that answer. All I needed was that, so I could go ahead and move around, right? So let's see what we already have moon cycles coming out from that deck. So let's check and see what specific energy the moon is bringing with that card here. Surrender to the divine, full moon. Okay, so so come this full moon. Okay, so first thing I'm hearing is that anything that was cast out towards you for maleficent reasons is going to be reversed in multiple ways come the full moon. Okay, so it's going to be reversed, meaning that on those people, whatever negative they sent to you is going to be sent back. But also the other meaning of reverse that I'm picking up is that you're going to get the reverse effect. You're going to get the opposite effect. So if they were trying to take you down 2 pegs, you're going to rise 2 pegs. Okay. Peace. Okay. And there's 3 here. 3 is my number of communication and communion. Thank you, Lori. So peace coming through understanding, peace coming, messages of peace coming through, downloads, encouragement, even like I said, this specific information or this knowledge, okay, coming to you to assist you, bring you peace. I like that. 3 doves. Telling me, yeah, that communication is bringing peace. This communication or this wisdom, this knowledge is bringing you some sense of peace. Okay, so with surrender to the divine, or they're saying with this, be at peace. With this knowing, be at peace. Okay, so whatever is being stolen from you, it's illusory. It's not being kept. What was that? 2017. I was triggered. Somebody posted on social media that they could steal somebody's man. They were just like, oh, I can have him. Whoop, 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 whoop. And I remember commenting saying stolen things are usually never kept long. You know, I don't know if you guys know that. I don't know if you ever played sticky fingers in your life, but I know dang well those little times when I try to play sticky fingers, it's almost like that thing don't ever stay with you. It's like you looking for it in a month. You know, it's like it never stays. I don't know. Like it doesn't stay. So and then it goes along with the saying, you know, you lose them how you get them. But anyway, so there is an energy here of surrender to divine, trusting that these cycles, you know, whatever was trying to be harvested, because that word is literally here, energy harvesting. So whether you are harvesting something or whether someone was trying to harvest your goods, your successes, your purpose, your calling, your gifts, they about to lose and you about to be amplified. Okay. Communication is key. New moon in Gemini. Okay. I'm not even going to go there. I'm not even going to go there. Remember, Gemini, that's 2 faces. So you about to be the Prince and the Pauper that came up 2 weeks ago or a week ago. The Prince and the Pauper about to switch places. If you feel like you've been down, then you up and it's stuck. Okay. All right. So let's see. Wisdom of the hidden realms. The Shadow Queen, acquiring knowledge, insecurity, and manipulation. Okay. We talked about getting information from an unofficial source or a source that wasn't very credible, whether it was just because it was unexperienced or whether it was unexperienced or because it was just, or there was definitely a manipulation tactic there. So if you got a reading or something like that from somebody about a very specific situation, that person was intentionally misleading you or manipulating you, okay? Or it could have been under some sort of manipulation themselves. So make sure to keep that in account, because you don't want to just go point your finger. Those people could have also been influenced by something else, okay, with the Death card here. Either way, with the Shadow Queen coming, I'm telling you, definitely acquiring knowledge, patience, and stillness. So peace. Have peace of mind. Don't stress. You ain't got to make any radical movements or anything like that. I'm also hearing that you ain't got to make no proclamations. You don't have to do none of that. Just chill. Just chill. Let's settle down. That's all I want to do. Mm. Okay, so apparently this you guys, I'm not doing the same thing with everybody, but hey, I'm just gonna lead with spirit. We got playing cards here for the air signs. What messages did you want to put out here? What's next? Y'all, didn't I just sing that? See what's about to happen next. Hey, okay, so what's next? There's too many cards, y'all. Self-development, okay. Say it to my face. Say it to my face. If not, then stay in your place. This ain't your lane. Consider the source, creativity. Okay, again, remember I said consider the source. Remember I said be careful not to immediately jump to blaming, because there could be that source of that energy could be from something else or somewhere else. So make sure to think about that. I will not be moved is right there at the bottom too. I also feel like too, there's a very specific male and a very specific female who could have joined friendship. I see at the top, could have joined together in order to create some sense of demise or some sense of failure for you in the situation. Read a book. Remember, okay, so I was challenged by, who was it? Astro Queen on Instagram or on YouTube, challenged by her to read 100 words a day, at least. Of course, I ended up reading a lot more, but to read a minimum of 100 words a day. And she was saying or channeling that just read, even if you don't understand the information, just read, because apparently it's going to come out when it needs to come out. It's going to come out. The understanding will also come with it when the words come back out. So maybe that's something for you guys as well. Read a self-development book, read a self-help book, even just read a book on a topic. If you, again, astrology, if this is what your thing was, astrology or whatever it is, pick up the book, read it, try to read every day. Don't be worried too much about all that you're able to understand. Just read it. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna check and get one habit for you guys. My hope is that this card from the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People deck can be a tool for you this week on how to optimize the energies, how to get the most out of the week. Okay, and the powers present. So what do we have for air signs? Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. And develop and maintain integrity. Integrity is the value you place on yourself. As you clearly identify your values and proactively organize and execute around those values on a daily basis, you develop self-awareness and independent will by making and keeping meaningful promises and commitments. Okay. So I do feel that some things have fallen through, whether this is you not honoring your commitments or someone else in the situation. Either way, this has been brought to light, how that's caused a certain energy in your life. Okay. Maybe like making people not trust you, or maybe people don't feel like they can count on you because that one time when they thought you were going to show up, you didn't show up. Now that's a twofold thing, because not only is that a lesson for you, but it's a lesson for them as well. And maybe it's codependency, maybe it's whatever, for that person, but for you, it's honoring your commitment, right? Developing integrity, meaning that I'm going to do what I say I'm going to do, and I'm going to do it even if nobody else is around to know whether I did it or not. My daughter was just bringing up to me the fact that she said it, and I knew it was a download, but she said, wouldn't it be messed up, Mom, if someone was saying that they were going to do distance Reiki and then they were going out to dinner? Like they were just collecting somebody's money and they just went out to dinner. Like, so I'm picking up charlatan vibes. We did talk about somebody not knowing what they were doing with the reading or something like that. So it could be like that charlatan energy where people are just saying that they something and they're not. Okay. Ain't none of my business though. So air signs, thank you so much. I'm so grateful to be able to give these messages to you. Did I give you guys a divination of the ancients card? Nope. I guess that's where we're going to close. Dictionary, communication. Okay, again, read a book. Read a book. Okay. And the reason that I feel like that is because, especially if if you guys are like channels, like legit, like you gone and then you channeling something else, it's saying that you need to put the words and the terminology into your psyche. You need to put the words, the numbers, the terminology, all of that into your psyche, so that when you are into your subconscious, I'm hearing too, so that when you are in a trance state and you are channeling, it can literally come up. But if you haven't activated the knowledge and wisdom by seeing the words again, then you won't have anything to draw from, or it'll be more difficult to draw from it. So what you do is you build up your library by reading. You build up the library by reading. Okay. Now let me see, because I said, now you need to look and see which words are here on this card. Dictate, to prescribe with authority, impose, to control or command, to dictate material. Yes, see, we're dictating that you need to go read a certain type of material. Okay. A directive, a command. So this is talking about your life purpose, or your soul mission, or your star seed mission, I'm hearing as well. Okay, here we go. There will be no resting in peace. What is solution with no knowledge? The problem, see. What is solution with no knowledge? The problem, see, is that won't nobody seek knowledge, and they think that they have the solution already. Okay, so seek knowledge. Seek knowledge. Okay, there you go. There you go. Okay, this says a reference book containing an alphabetical list of words. Remember, I said you need to have the words. Come on now, let's go. Let's see. A reference book containing an alphabetical list of words with information given for each word, including meaning, pronunciation, and etymology. A book listing the words of a language with translations into another language. So it's saying you're gonna learn. You're gonna see this right here. I'm glad I pulled y'all's card, because this was the key. This was all that we needed to understand this message here. So this is saying you're going to be learning maybe like light language. You maybe need to learn about channeling so that you can understand channels and how they run, how they work. I'm also understanding that, like for me, I've been reading a lot more about galactic heritage. I'm rereading You're Becoming a Galactic Human. I'm reading the Pleiadian Agenda right now as well, and the Anunnaki Chronicles. So I'm reading these, just I'll be having 5 books at one time. But again, I think that I do that because I'm only studying the way that I'm prescribed to study, right? So this could be the same for you guys. Let's see, what else? A list of words stored in machine readable form. Okay. Machine readable form. So basically, you need to read them, and as you read them, you will be receiving the translations when it comes to, based on whatever it is that you're studying personally. But for me, I'll be receiving the translations for what I'm reading, talking about galactic heritage and cosmic midwifery and things like that. All right, so thank you guys so much. Peace.